Good evening, kinfolk. It's your boy Screwface Capone in the house. I know I've been dropping a lot of content on you this past week. I probably won't be doing this high volume of content going forward. Maybe like 1 or 2 videos per week. Anyway, between like 1 every 2 weeks or 1 or 2 videos a week. I got a game stream coming up as well as the third part of my 2021 features coming up this week. And I also got a bunch of other stuff that I'm planning on, including some OnlyFans stuff for folks that like not safe for work shit. So, yeah, so I probably do got a whole lot of stuff coming out. So again, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you'll know when I put out a new video. And if you like what you're watching, then like, and let me know what you think in the comments, especially because I need a new name for this section, Top 5. So anyway, it is, like I said, it is the 23rd of January. Hard to believe that the year just started. We're already hovering at the end of January. So we're just gonna hop in and get started with the 5 top news items this week. About that, not a whole lot really that I saw big happening, but so actually one of these items is gonna be from last week, and one is not gonna be so much a news item, but it's sort of a reminder. So anyway, let's hop in. So so they released some stills and images and plot summary from the upcoming Mortal Kombat film that's coming out this year. So let's take a look. So here you got Liu Kang and Kung Lao. So basically, this upcoming reboot is going to hit theaters and HBO Max on the same day. So here's Cole Young. Here's the new character that's going to be introduced. Apparently, he's attacked by Sub-Zero, and he goes to seek out these fighters and train with them because he's got some kind of destiny. Here's Sub-Zero. Here's Jax. There's what looks like Sonya, and you can tell that's Kano. Get more of Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Kano. And this looks like a flashback scene between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, Bihan and Hanzo Hashi, which is Scorpion. So one thing they promise is that it's going to have a hard R rating, and the fatalities are just going to be as bloody and gruesome as they are in the video games. And that's a good thing, because although in the last 2 games, like, some of them are kind of like unpleasant to look at, but still, it's at least in that aspect, they'll try to stay true to the source material. As you know, like, this is the 3rd time that Mortal Kombat is going to hit the big screen, and it's the 5th movie after all. The first one was an anime film called The Legend Begins, and then there was last year's recent Scorpion's Revenge, which I heard was pretty good. I'll have to check it out one day. But this new Mortal Kombat film, it looks, I know video game movies tend to get a bad rap, but they've actually been improving like in recent years with flicks like the Detective Pikachu and the Sonic film. That's not saying much, but hopefully like this can be a good movie while staying true to the source material. So it's coming out this spring. Definitely check it out. Next up, Microsoft landed in a little bit of hot water yesterday as they announced a price increase for its Xbox Live Gold service. But then later that day, they actually walked it back, and not only that, they made they unlocked free-to-play game access for Xbox owners. So basically, what it is Xbox Live Gold is like the basic tier of Xbox Live that allows you to play games online, and you get to download free games each month. Let me switch over to the browser. So the current price right now is $10 for 1 month, $25 for 3 months, and $40 for 6 months, and $60 for 12 months. Under the new price hike, it would have been $11 for 1 month, $30 for 3 months, and $60 for 6 months, and I believe $120 for a year. Well, they're not selling any more year subscriptions, but obviously 2 6-month plans would be $120. Now, of course, this is obviously this is different from the Game Pass service, which actually bundles in, well, the Game Pass Ultimate, which bundles in the Xbox Live Gold along with the EA Play and the and all the cloud streaming and all that stuff. So that's not changing price. But obviously this move was meant to push people toward the Xbox Game Pass. I got it, well, I myself personally, I kind of prefer the Game Pass, obviously, because it's only $5 more than what I pay now, than Gold anyway, and you get all that extra stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of a grimy move to hike the price up. I mean, if you were paying month to month, then it wouldn't make much of a difference. But if you were paying yearly, then that just doubled. Thankfully though, they did the right thing. Thankfully though, Microsoft did the right thing in the end, and also for free, and like I said earlier, for free to play games, and you're no longer going to need Xbox Live Gold to play them. So that's a good thing. So I won't rag on it too much. Of course, that's kind of like back when the Xbox One came out. They announced that it was going to be always online, but then they walked it back once they see how unpopular it became with their consumers. So, well, I gotta question their motives for the price hike to begin with. At the end of the day, they listened to their fan base and they did the right thing. So I won't rag on it too hard. So this past Thursday saw the Resident Evil Showcase, where we learned some more information about the upcoming Resident Evil Village. I won't recap the whole thing here, obviously. Instead, you can watch the watch along, which I'll post in the description below. But the main hitting points is that the release date is going to be May 7th of this year, and you can get a standard edition, deluxe edition, or collector's edition. If you got a PS5, then you can download a demo called Maiden, where you play as a character in a scenario that won't be in the main game, but will allow you to explore a castle. Also, along with Resident Evil Village, there's going to be a new online shooter called Resident Evil Reverse. You're going to be able to take control of classic Resident Evil characters such as Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield in familiar Resident Evil maps. Now, I'm kind of leery about this game, considering like Resident Evil's other online shooters, like Outbreak, Operation Raccoon City, even a more recent Resistance, which came out like not even a whole year ago. But I am kind of intrigued about this new one, and we're basically getting it for free with Resident Evil Village. So I think at the very least, I'll at least check it out to see if it's any good. Hopefully they finally figure out how to get the whole online Resident Evil thing to work. But then it'll probably be another microtransaction consumed mess. Also, well, it hasn't been explicitly confirmed yet. They're working on a Resident Evil 4 remake, but it's been pushed back to 2023 due to them possibly switching developers. Personally, to me, I don't think that 4 really needs a remake. I mean, it's already been remastered and re-released on just about every platform by now, and plus, if anything, Code Veronica should get a remake. But I guess the money's. I guess it's a money thing, but I mean, it was still if it's at the same quality of the Resident Evil 1 and 2 remakes, then it should be a good game, regardless. Of course, Resident Evil 8 is definitely one of 20 games I'm looking forward to this year. So, again, let me know what you think. Speaking of developers being transferred, developer Vicarious Visions, who created last year's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, have been merged into Blizzard. Apparently the rumor is that they are working on a remake of Diablo 2. It hasn't been officially been announced yet, but it looks like, apparently the word is that Activision is reevaluating the teams that's got working on some Blizzard properties because of what happened with the Warcraft 3 remake last year. So this Diablo 2 remake seems like to be a stopgap between before Diablo 4 comes out in the near future. Still though, it kind of sucks because I felt that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 was the perfect way to remake a game. Like they captured everything that was great about those old school Tony Hawk games and they kind of brought it into the future. And it kind of sucks that like instead of like giving them a chance to do another studio, they simply merge it with another and put them on a new project. And that's kind of a shame because I think the same thing happened with Neversoft, and that got absorbed into Infinity Ward. So it always sucks when you hear about developing teams getting shut down, especially when they're just coming off such good stuff, or even when they might have made one bad game. Yeah, but again, I guess we'll have to look forward to whatever Blizzard has planned for the team formerly known as Vicarious Visions. Finally, this is just a reminder that you've got about a week or so to play Battleborn. The multiplayer shooter servers will be shut down in sometime this month, presumably at the end of this month. And the game will no longer be playable in any form. That includes multiplayer as well as the single player content, which is bewildering to me because at least the single player stuff should be available. But basically what had happened was that Battleborn launched in 2016, and shortly after that Overwatch came out. So Battleborn kind of lost out to Overwatch, despite the fact that unlike Overwatch, Battleborn actually has single player content. So, anyway, 2K and Gearbox both moved on to newer, bigger games, and Battleborn sort of got left in the dust. So, in like 2019, they made the decision to keep it up just for one more year, then shut it down in 2021. So, you only got like one more. So, it looks like you only got like a week and a few days to play it until it's permanently gone. It's kind of a shame too because it had a lot of potential, and at the very least, 2K or Gearbox should do something like, I don't know, release the assets, at least make the single player stuff offline, but still it's a drag, and you can see why a lot of these live service games tend to flop more than others. Still, you know what, rest in peace to a great game, I guess. So that was my top 5 for the weekend of January 23rd. Again, let me know what you think in the comments. If you like what you just saw, click the thumbs up icon and click the subscribe button, as well as click the little bell icon. That way you'll know whenever I put out a new video. I got tons of new stuff coming on the way. So once again, you'll want to make sure you're subscribed. Until next week, I'm Audi 51000G, kinfolk.